From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Meanwhile, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Demetrius Harris, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
This past offseason was one where the Atlanta organization...
On fourth down, the Falcons trot out the rookie punter from Syracuse, Sterling Hoffrichter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller.
Complete to Anthony Miller.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. What the Bears need from him? Improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the goal for any offense versus his own defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Grady Jarrett on the tackle there. Remember how he emerged in the Super Bowl against New England? Continues to step his play up. Was a Pro Bowler for the first time after 2019.
Able to find Harris, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
That's complete, right around the 8. And the Bears are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Partner, are they going to cover him? Well, that's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at it. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bears will get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 15 carries, 70 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
And 5 yards.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
The pass.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
The Bears have to be excited about the rookie out of Notre Dame, Cole Kmet, a Chicago native. He actually selected number 85 in recognition of the Bears' 1985 NFL championship team, the Super Bowl champs. And by the way, his dad was on the Bears practice squad at one point. So this kid falls right in line. I love his athletic ability. He'll learn from the veteran Jimmy Graham. And last year, the Bears tight ends, J.P. Holtz, he led the team in receiving, 91 yards from the tight end position.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he slings one that's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's taken.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Complete to David.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago! Anthony Miller with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now it's Patterson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The pass.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 10. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 30.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
David Montgomery in the final seconds of the first half, and the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Here's Oliver. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
For 1st and 10.
to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Now it's Patterson. And now running right through him. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brings up second.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Complete to Denny.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the Bears.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
32-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown.
Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line. Fourth down. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. The
Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of
32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of
just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Bears push further out in front. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bears 1st down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.